The Prime Minister back in an aching Christchurch, her second visit since the massacre, but her focus being pulled abroad. Islamic State jihadists have threatened retaliation after Friday's attack, Jacinda Ardern seeking to bring calm.
I have not heard that language from the Muslim community in New Zealand. I have heard the complete opposite.
Turkey too is causing a diplomatic headache. Its President Tayyip Ardern has hit out, calling the shootings part of a wider attack on his country.
Hundreds and thousands of New Zealanders have made pilgrimages to that place as an acknowledgement of what ties and binds our countries. And so I reject the idea that we are losing that relationship or will lose that relationship. But for now, you'll appreciate that given that my Deputy Prime Minister is travelling there, that actually where this conversation will happen will be face to face.
The international disputes are proving an unwelcome distraction for Jacinda Ardern, who met with emergency workers and the Muslim community on the ground. She announced 2 minutes silence to take place on Friday, small solace for those families frustrated still not to have their loved ones' bodies. So far, just 30 of the 50 victims have been approved for release.
I know the process has been incredibly difficult and frustratingly slow from the perspective of family members, but on the side I've seen those who are working on this process as well, and I can also acknowledge that they are working incredibly hard too.
The Prime Minister sought to offer comfort to students earlier in the day, visiting a school hard hit by the shootings. Kashmir High pupils welcoming Ms Ardern with a rousing haka. They lost 2 of their own and a former student in Friday's attack. Ms Ardern urging them to remember their friends and not the accused killer.
It's their names and their stories that we need to keep telling, and it's them that we need to honour. Yes, there will be interest in the terrorist who did this, but if I could request one thing, don't say his name. Don't dwell on who he is. Dwell on your students and your friends, because they're the most important people that we need to remember right now.
And then she turned the questions over to the audience, letting the students ask whatever they wanted. One question clearly hitting home.
How am I? Thank you for asking. I'm very sad.
A sentiment the whole of New Zealand can relate to. From Christchurch for Checkpoint, Craig McCulloch.